Okay? Up until now, we've had horizontal, vertical axes. Okay? Horizontal, vertical directrix. Where our equations look like this. We've had an x squared, a y squared, maybe one or the other. If it's a parabola, one of those is missing. Okay? An x term, a y term, and a constant. Okay? When we have a conic that is being rotated, this xy term is present. Okay? So anytime you see that xy term, like you did in that one example in your little activity yesterday, okay, you know that it is a conic not sitting horizontally or vertically. Okay? So first of all, do you guys remember the word discriminant? Sounds familiar. We worked with the discriminant in our quadratics chapter. Anybody remember what the discriminant is? Okay. What's under the radical in the quadratic formula?
B squared minus 4ac.
Very good. That is the discriminant. Okay. Now, if we are working with a quadratic equation, back in algebra 2, that would tell us if we have real, imaginary, or just 1, 0. Okay? Here, it's going to tell us what kind of conic it is. Okay? So, hold on. B, A, and C. A is the coefficient of x squared. B is the coefficient of xy. C is the coefficient of y squared. Okay. So our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, is going to tell us what kind of conic we had. Now, in this case, we cannot tell the difference between an ellipse or a circle. So if we're talking about a rotation, you're going to say ellipse or circle. We won't be able to tell until we actually rewrite the formula. It will look the same, only if it's at the origin. If it's not at the origin, rotating it will look different. Okay. So if b squared minus 4ac is negative, we have an ellipse or a circle. You need to write both. If it's not a rotation, you have to specify which is which. If b squared minus 4ac is 0, it is a parabola. And if b squared minus 4ac is positive, we have a hyperbola. So, we're going to practice this. Okay. I look at this equation and I see that there is an xy present in our equation, and so I know that this is a rotation of a conic. So, what is b? Minus 4 times what is a? What is c? Is that positive, negative, or 0?
Negative.
Isn't that 9 minus 16?
Negative.
So we have an ellipse or circle. what? Okay, well I'm following b squared minus 4ac.
Yeah.
A is 2, c is 2. A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of xy, c is the coefficient of y squared. Okay? Here's this one. I see that xy present. I know that it is a rotation. Okay, so what is b? So b squared minus 4 times a is times c. So I have 36 minus,
36.
so we have a parabola.
Yay.
Okay, in our last example, there's that xy, it's a rotation.
I'm gonna guess my favorite. It's a heck of a one. 60.
What is b?
8.
So b squared minus 4 times a is times c is 4. So we have 64 minus,
Small maybe.
48.
That was more than
Okay. Now, we are going to graph these. Okay? Today we are only going to focus on rewriting the equation. Okay, we have an issue because this xy, I can't separate my x's and y's because that xy is one term. Alright, I can't factor out a y because there's going to be an x left over or vice versa. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to rewrite our equation based on our new axis. So we're going to have to figure out how much is this being rotated, okay, at what angle, so we can draw in a new axis, and then we can graph a new equation. So, here is our general equation for a conic, okay? That xy present means it's a rotation. What we're going to try to do is we're going to rewrite it with new x's and y's and new coefficients and constants. So it's something that we can actually work with, like we've been doing for the past week. Okay? But you'll notice how I have this x prime and y prime. Okay? Those are going to be based on our axis of rotation. Okay? So we're going to figure out what axis to rotate it, and then use our new equation to graph it on that rotated axis. Today we're worried about the algebra. Monday we will worry about the graphing. Okay? That's really funny because we are. Why did you think that?
Yes.
We're working with angles. Okay, so the unit circle, yes, is going to come into play.
Squares and square roots.
Okay, so we are going to rotate our coordinate axis through an angle counterclockwise. This is important. Okay, our unit circle, we go counterclockwise, right?
Yep.
All right. You can say cotangent of 2 theta is a minus c over b, which is the same thing as the tangent of 2 theta is b over a minus c, because they are reciprocals of each other. Remember one of them. Okay, which do you like that? to get our new x primes and y primes, this is how we do it. Our x is the same thing as x prime cosine theta minus y prime sine theta, and our y is going to be x prime sine theta plus y prime cosine theta. We're going to make those substitutions so we can get a new equation. Okay, so basically, here, I'll move this up for you. We are going to substitute these in so we can have an equation in terms of x prime and y prime. Okay, so we're going to do a couple examples. All right, these are going to be very algebra intensive, so please be ready. Oh, do you remember your unit circle? First coordinate at 0 degrees, we're at 30 degrees. 45 degrees. Okay.
Let's do it.
xy minus 1 equals 0. Okay. So, what's A? What's B? What's C? Okay. So if I look at the cotangent of 2 theta, we use what? A minus C over B.
So 0.
A is the coefficient of x squared. B is the coefficient of xy. C is the coefficient of y squared. Alright? So, when is the cotangent equal to 0? When?
Okay.
X over y. X over y. 90. So 2 theta is pi over 2, which means theta is pi over 4. Okay. So that is our rotation. Okay. Then we're going to say x is x prime times the cosine of theta minus y prime times the sine of theta. Okay. What is the cosine of pi over 4?
It's been a while.
What's the sine of pi over 4? What is plus y prime? So we have radical 2 over 2 x prime plus radical 2 over 2 y prime. Now we have our new x and y. We're going to actually make those substitutions. So we have x times y minus 1 equals 0. What special pattern do we have here? We have a difference of squares, don't we?
Yep.
Okay. So what's this product? Okay. So radical 2 over 2 squared times x prime squared. So radical 2 over 2 times radical 2 over 2 is 1/2. What about this? Radical 2 over 2 times radical 2 over 2 is times y prime squared. And I'm going to go ahead, and we always want our constant over here, right? What do we have? Right. So what we're going to do when we graph it, we're going to make an axis at 45 degrees. So instead of horizontal, we're going to go to 45 degrees and use that as our horizontal axis. Okay. Right now, we're just rewriting it for our new axis.
So you use that once you found the new axis, and you
We're not going to graph it yet. So all I want to do today is this. Yes. We did. Since it's a difference of squares, the middle terms cancel. Summer. Where? Cotangent, that's how we found our angle. Huh? Okay. Cotangent of 2 theta, a minus c over b. That's how we found our angle. Then we used our xy substitutions. X prime cosine theta minus y prime sine theta, those two formulas that I gave you. And then we substitute those into xy. Alright? You're going to need a lot of room. Okay. For your homework, okay, it may ask you to graph them. Don't. You are going to have 4 problems where you actually have to do the algebra. Okay. The other parts, I think we have some identifying. Yes? Don't you have this right here? Okay. On the ones, yeah, we're not going to worry about 27 through 32. Okay? How's that?
Oh, that's nothing.
Okay, yes,
So are these the same columns that we're gonna go back and graph and graph?
yes. Yes, 11 through 15, those are the ones we are going to go back and graph. Now, when you come to school on Monday, if you ask me to do a problem and you have nothing on your paper, I will not go through it. You must attempt and get as far as you can with these problems. Okay? The algebra is what's going to be hard. But if you come with a blank piece of paper, I'm not going to help you. Okay? When we get here on Monday, what I'd like to do is put problems on the board and we can figure out where your mistake was made. You have nothing, you don't get to participate in that. So do your homework so you know what the heck is going on. And you can get help on what you did not get. Okay? You have today, you have Saturday, you have Sunday. Plenty of time to attempt.